Okay. Alrighty. Back again after a long reprieve. Really need to try and do what I can to crank through Chronicles of the Sword now, or rather Libra Souls, so I can start working on routing the speedrun for it. Since I've been mostly just playing my advanced thing while streaming here, I'm a little bit behind, so let's go ahead and move on. With the fight over, I thrust my hands into the astral fissure to claim its power. Hey, so what's going on here? I will not allow you to interfere. This needs to happen. You destroyed the gate? Can't say I expected that. With a sigh, the strange man turned and began walking away. Where are you going? We have unfinished business. Easy now. Got things to attend to, as I'm sure you must too. If my previous actions offended you, I fully apologize. I am Mitsurugi Heishiro, and you are? Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. What the? The man made a sudden sharp gesture towards Mitsurugi, his fingers tracing a symbol in the air. Instantly, the samurai's movements became sluggish. What devilry is this? Relax. You'll be fine. Just walk it off. Geralt turned and walked away, leaving Mitsurugi bound by the strange power. Hey! You think this could stop me? With a burst of strength, Mitsurugi burst through the invisible bonds holding him. Okay then. Gerald, was it? I would be most interested in a real duel with him. Perhaps he has not gone far. I could catch up if I made haste. My apologies, Kain, but this is where our paths diverge. Take care and keep your wits about you. Mitsurugi hurried off after Geralt, just as Natalie returned. I believe I told you to wait. What happened to the astral fissure and that samurai? I quickly explained what had happened. If the astral fissure's been dealt with, then we should get moving. Forget the samurai. He can do as he wishes. Yeah, naturally. Thank goodness. Oh, level 36. Feels so good. I should be able to equip a new weapon now. Okay. Yes, there we are, my Wild Hunt and Moonblade. With a 95% damage bonus limited, I should be doing a lot more damage now. Imprisoned memories. Finally, the astral fissure. No one else appeared to be around, so there's nothing else for me to do but absorb its power. When the Berserker suddenly appeared, Natalie began acting strangely. My opponent's combos do more damage. Ring outs disabled. The information was correct. Approach the target. When we neared the astral fissure, a Berserker appeared. What the? Natalie's eyes widened. Silently, she backed away, shaking her head as if in disbelief. Curtis, why? How? Natalie seemed shaken. Looking closer, I noticed that the Berserker was wearing an Aval uniform. I must stop as well. Sir Curtis, it is I, Natalie. As well. Betrayed us, Sir Curtis. The grief in Natalie's voice did nothing to stir the Berserker's emotions. In a trance, she began to wander towards him. I stopped her and readied my weapon. What was I thinking? He is a Berserker and must be defeated. That's interesting. One just took the appearance of somebody, is it just a random plotline thing, or is there a reason that it became Curtis of the Aval organization? Because she was there. Ring outs are disabled, so I shouldn't worry about that here. Nice dodge. So Kain's changed his outfit. He's been wearing the same thing for almost for a couple of years after all. It started in 1584, I believe it's 87 now, so... Ouch. Okay. Definitely doing more damage now. Forgive me, Grow. I failed you. I should never have accompanied you. The Berserker disappeared, leaving behind a heavy silence. You never stopped caring about Grow. Was it not he who caused your death? Natalie slumped down where the Berserker had disappeared, her expression unreadable. I am fine. Natalie stood and turned to me. We need to meet up with Dion and destroy the other astral fissure.
Your soul surges in your body.
Ooh, I'm up to level 39 now. Huh, interesting. Something appeared way back here at Mashad. Should have gone the other way. Taming of the Shrew, the mysterious swordsman. I came across the swordsman engaged in battle with a band of thieves on a grassy plain. In an attempt to even the balance, I raided my weapon and moved in. 1,560 gold, getting more and more gold from these guys. Only level 28 as well. I could hear the sounds of swords clashing in the distance, letting the sound guide me. I eventually came upon a lone swordsman fighting with what appeared to be a group of brutish bandits. The swordsman was easily holding his own, despite being outnumbered over 10 to 1. He was obviously a considerably skilled fighter. I'll only say this one more time. Tell me where your hideout is. You're pretty confident for someone going up against this many of us. Fine, we'll tell you, but you'll have to beat all of us first. The bandits wasted no time surrounding the swordsman. He may have been strong, but the odds were stacked against him. I decided to lend a helping hand and at least draw away those at his back. Wonder who this unknown swordsman is. If he's a legacy Soulcalibur character, he couldn't be anybody other than Huang. Though he doesn't quite look like the Huang in Sung Mina's story mode. That was a big miss.
Try this. Try this.
You're moving around, you might stop that. Looks like horizontal attacks are stronger here. I wasn't paying attention to the rules. Heavy damage from those horizontal attacks. Not bad. If things were different, I'd love to go toe-to-toe with you and see what you've really got. The swordsman, having already defeated his enemies, was now looking at me. I asked him if I had stuck my nose where it didn't belong by helping him. No, I appreciate your help. I'm in a hurry and didn't want to waste time doing all of them. Thank you. After extending his thanks, he introduced himself as Huang Songyang. I nodded and told him my name. Kain, huh? You seem pretty strong. I've got a favor to ask you. Huang explained to me that he was escorting his master's daughter back to their hometown when they got separated. He stated that she was most likely taken by the bandits and is probably being held against her will at their hideout. I lost my family, so my master has been like a father to me, which means his daughter is kind of like my little sister. If anything happens to her, I'll never be able to forgive myself. Oh dear. Huang looked down at the bandits at his feet. According to what I was able to squeeze out of these guys, there are a lot more of them waiting at their hideout. I don't plan on throwing in the towel anytime soon, but I might be biting off more than I can chew if I go there alone. Can I count on you to help me out? I nodded and told him we should hurry if we wanted to save his master's daughter, although he seemed surprised by my response and thanked me once again. Thanks, I'm glad you feel that way. The bandits' base of operations is supposedly in the mountains. Let's wait until night before sneaking in. It's really fun. I love both Huang and Mina, and being involved in these little side bits is a lot of fun. Wow, all of these places. Okay. What have we got here? Boom, in search of strength. Taming of the shrew, the swordsman, and the daughter. Crossing the desert there. Huang and I made our way to the thieves' hideout, expecting to be greeted by a host of bandits. Instead, we were greeted with the sound of silence. Both you and your opponent have a high likelihood of crushing the other's guard. Defeat your opponent. She's already beaten all the bandits and is going to attack us out of mistake. We eventually found the bandits' hideout nestled deep in a forest in the mountains. Let's split up and attack them from both sides. I'll slip behind their camp and hit them from the back. You can handle yourself pretty well, but there are a lot of them. Be careful. I made my way through the dark forest after Huang left. Just when I thought I should have reached the hideout, it dawned on me that I hadn't encountered any guards or lookouts. Something was wrong. That's when I sensed someone behind me. I spun around just in time to see a figure striking at me. Yeah. Mysterious girl. She's not mysterious, I've met her. You parried my attack. You must be the leader of the bandits then. You're too late. I already took care of all your lackeys. Woman readied her weapon. You're the only one left. Prepare to face justice. That much dialogue and she doesn't recognize me and I recognize her. Come on.
Battle 1. Fight!
You're the head of that band of thieves!
Measures.
I'm dead now!
2. Fight! Try this!
Didn't quite reach. That tracked pretty nicely. Ouch.
Ready?
Try this!
You jerk! Take aim! You used to lose to a petty thief! No way! No chance! Crushed!
Whoops. Not bad, but there's no way I'm letting an evildoer like you get away with this. Fight me one more time. Stop, Mina. He's not one of the bandits. Huang appeared from the direction of the hideout and stopped the woman. Huh? Huang, what are you doing here? I came here looking for you. It's great you got rid of the bandits, but couldn't you have at least told me you were coming here before you left? I, got really worked up and just kinda ran off. Mina, we can't protect our country if it's just you making all the moves, right? I'm sorry. When I asked Huang about the leader of the bandits, he replied that he had taken care of him. Mina, I asked this person to lend me a hand in dealing with the bandits. Oh, okay. I'm sorry I mistook you for one of them and attacked. You're not hurt, are... Wait a sec. Kain, is that you? Oh, it's been a while. I couldn't see your face before, so I had no idea. How have you been? We celebrated our union with a quick, pleasant chat. Huang looked relieved to see Mina happy. So you attacked someone you knew without realizing who it was. What would you have done if you had actually hurt him? I asked Mina if she had found Soul Edge. She shook her head. No, I haven't found it, but that's okay. A lot happened after I met you. I realize now I don't need that sword to protect my country, because we are going to protect it. Mina's eyes were filled with determination. She seemed far more mature than she had when we last met. Thanks again for your help earlier, Kain. We're going to head back now, but if you happen to be in our neck of the woods, stop by Songdojang. A warrior like you is always welcome there. I'll keep training so I'm able to beat you when you show up. Okay. Other things to explore. None of the places here have anything interesting going on, but what have we got from here? Justice for whom? Escort job. That sounds interesting. Mina's Machinations reunion. Oh dear. Search of strength. Just a couple of searches of strength there. Probably not worth the trip. But let's check out this Justice for whom. Uh-oh. Bandit, let down nowhere to block my path. Critical edge does more damage and her health recovers over time. Well, we don't want that, so... He's only level 16, though, so... This should be a nothing bite.
This is gonna hurt.
Too easy. Took an awful lot of damage that I shouldn't have, but...
Your soul surges in your body.
But I leveled up. Level 13 sword isn't much, though. Merchant sent me up on a job escorting a lady of noble birth. Things seem to be going well, and our journey through the forest is nearing its end, but our troubles had only just begun. Wall hits do more damage for your opponents, so counter hits do more damage as well. Okay. The sound of hooves, a creaking carriage, and the footsteps of guards echoed through the night forest. My stint as a guard, a job a merchant set me up with, would end when we were through the forest. We had set off at sunset, but were set to arrive later that night. An elderly attendant began speaking to the lady inside the carriage. Not much further now, my lady. Our escort from the Yin household should be waiting for us just beyond here. The danger of this forest is worrying me more than the length of the journey. Kindly take your time and be on your guard. Certainly, my lady. Roughly halfway through the forest, I spotted two figures on the road ahead, most likely travelers. One of them seemed to be injured, and the other was tending to her foot. Under the orders of the old attendant, one of the guards approached the pair. Excuse me, we're unfamiliar with this road, and my wife here tripped and sprained her ankle. We'll move aside, but I beg your assistance. The man glanced past me and settled his gaze on the carriage. That carriage, that wouldn't happen to belong to the old Yang family, would it? Yes, it... Before the guard could finish, he let out an agonized groan and fell to the ground. The man slowly rose to his feet, and I readied my weapon. Phew-wee, I hope I never have to wait that long again. I was bored out of my mind. The man raised his fingers to his mouth and whistled. Roughly dressed men detached themselves from the shadows around us. They didn't look friendly. I have no personal beef with you personally, but you're our patron. Well, let's just say they see a union between the Liang and Yen families as a little distasteful. Just think of our meeting here as fate. No point in resisting. Just relax, accept it, and die. I don't know that either of those is significant to Soulcalibur lore. The Liang or Yen families. That was a weird clip. Clipped him, I mean, with the hit. Not a video clip. It looked like it shouldn't have hit, but... Nice try.
Ready?
Too easy. With the last enemy taken care of, I surveyed the scene. Only the old attendant, slumped on the ground, and a well-dressed young woman remained. You hold your own well. The woman we were supposed to have been guarding sheathed her sword. Around her feet lay the bodies of assassins she'd cut down herself. Lady Ling Yu, are you hurt? Okay, I was wondering. She looked like her. This lady was, worked with trained with Xianghua to join the Emperor's Guard, but only one of them could pass the test. The old attendant crawled towards his mistress. Why must you always insist on participating in fights yourself? I'm fine, but I cannot say the same for these noble guards who fell defending me. I wish they had never gotten mixed up in all this. Now the horse fled during the fighting, so the carriage is useless. It's not too much further, so let's go get to walking. The lady named Ling Yu looked at me. I see you're the only one left. Would you mind accompanying me to the end of my journey? Once I accepted a job, I always saw it through. I nodded and we set off. Guard, are you surprised to see a noble lady who knows how to use a blade? I told her she reminded me of someone I once met, a young lady of the Ming Empire named Xianghua, who was highly skilled in martial arts. You know Xianghua? She's very talented, isn't she? When I explained that I'd beaten Xianghua in a fight, Ling Yu put her hand to her forehead and moaned in an exaggerated manner. She never changes. I bet she's slacking off on her training again. I tell you, look away from her for a minute and she's off somewhere daydreaming. I do worry about her, though. We continued talking about Xianghua as we made our way through the forest, though we were careful not to let our guard down. Eventually, we reached the other side. Members of the Yan household had come to meet us. We explained what had happened, and I bid Ling Yu and her attendant farewell. So how about you try your hand against me next time we meet? I'd love to see the look on Xianghua's face when I tell her I beat you. With that, Ling Yu strode off, never once looking back. Now, justice for whom resolve. Yep, I get a chance to fight Ling Yu. No significant rewards, but I visited Ling Yu's home at her behest, and when I arrived, I found her at the cemetery where her family rested. She spoke fondly of them. Then she requested we spar so she could prepare for her test to join the Emperor's Guard. Starts the battle soul charged and empowered, but they become weak once their soul charge fades. Defeat them. Okay. Let's see. Food. What food do I have? Manju. Reflect 30% of damage and guard impact. Reversal edge damage was 40%. Maybe I'll try some reversal edges to drain her match. I'll probably get clobbered, but oh well. The directions I had led me to a top of a small hill on the Liang family's land. There I saw Ling Yu, her back to me, gazing down upon freshly dug graves. Without turning, she spoke. My parents and siblings rest here. My grandfather and I are the only ones left, so it's up to me to support the household. That's why I have to pass the next test and make it into the Emperor's Guard. Ling Yu turned towards me. It's been some time, Guard. Or should I say, Kain. Thank you for coming. Now allow me to cut to the chase. Do you remember what I said to you when last we met? You wish to spar me? I'm pleased you remembered. I want you to duel with me, today. It will be practice for my test to enter the Emperor's Guard. I carry the honor of my family, so I must prove to all the world that I have the skill and strength to be among the best. You're at least as good a warrior as Xianghua, so a duel with you would round off my practice nicely. How about it? I nodded. Ling Yu responded with a gracious bow, then drew her sword. I thank you. Now let the fight begin.
Battle 1. Fight!
I'll prevail.
She is tough.
Gotcha. No more half measures.
Battle 2. Fight!
I'll prevail.
that reach.
Gotcha.
This.
I did not. You're mine.
No more half.
Battle 3. Fight!
Like this. You do this. One strike. Two.
The upper quick blast is a nice knockdown. I figured out a little bit that when you go into soul charge, rather than even just spamming fiery bitters to do that occasional snap down. Phew, you really are skilled. If I had your strength, perhaps I would have the determination to remain true to justice and not let my emotions get the better of me. When I asked her what she meant, she looked off into the distance, frowning slightly. A group of awful people held a grudge against my grandfather. They were the ones who killed my family. I despise evil with every fiber of my being. My hatred of it is an obsession that consumes me. I believe that dedicating my life to justice is a noble pursuit, but to live harboring such hate in my heart is to dishonor the long family name. Ling Yu fell silent, her eyes settling on a grave smaller than the rest. In Xianghua, I see my younger sister, Leixia. No matter how severe the training, no matter how close she was to tears, she never once complained. Heh, Xianghua can be a crybaby sometimes, so I can be a little too protective of her. Ling Yu looked at me with a defiant smile. Don't tell Xianghua what I said, okay? It's a secret. Anyway, that's enough talking for now. I'm ready for another round. She held up her sword, her face filled with pride and resolve. The honor of her family rested on her shoulders, and she would do them proud. Okay, continue our expedition, and let's go see Sung Mina. Mina's Machinations Reunion. On the way to Song Dojang, I happened across Mina training in the meadow. Why was she not practicing at the Dojang? Has a high likelihood of crushing your guard. Defeat them. But I can't crush hers? How unfair. Let's have some chai. I saw a woman practicing fighting techniques alone in a sprawling meadow. Although I had not yet reached the Dojang, it seemed I'd come across a worthy opponent. Huh? Well, if it isn't Kain, so you finally came! Mina came running over to me with a big smile on her face. I asked her why she was training outside of the town. The Dojang was starting to get a little stuffy, so I thought a change in scenery would do me some good. As it turned out, Mina's father, Hanmyong, was keeping a watchful eye over her to ensure she didn't run away again. It seems Mina has not yet fully regained her father's trust. I told him I'm committed to protecting my country and won't go anywhere, but he won't believe me. It's so irritating. Mina pursed her lips in frustration, but before long a smile returned to her face. Anyway, enough about that. So Kain, since you happened to stop by, we should have a quick sparring match. I couldn't beat you before, but I've been training and have gotten a lot better, so get ready to lose big time. Now, the path of a warrior. Somebody's always trying to prove that they're stronger than you. Especially if you beat them before. I'll get you next time.
Battle 1. Fight!
Yeah, she's being...
Do this. Do this. No more half me.
Battle 2. Fight!
Too slow. Miss me. Watch this.
Simple. Climax. So obvious.
Okay, you got me that time.
No chance.
No mercy! Stop!
No.
Take this! No more!
I'm pissed now.
Three. Fight!
Fly. You jerk. You jerk. Now, time to go wild. Ready? You jerk.
Not close enough.
You jerk.
Ouch.
Battle 4. Fight!
Try again.
Failed? Coming!
You're gonna pay now. I've no plans to lose. Can you stand? Fly. Crushed.
Whew. Arg, this stinks. It looks like I'm not the only one that got stronger. I guess I have to devote even more time to my training. Oh, that reminds me. Mina, no longer sullen, quickly raised her head. Would you mind doing a little something for me? I nodded and told her that if there was anything I could, I would do it. Morale isn't what it used to be at the dojang these days. Huang and my father are busy and spend a lot of time away. So what I want to ask you is... In order to fill the pupils of the Song Dojang with a sense of purpose again, she requested that I show up and pretend to challenge the Dojang to a fight for their honor. Now that I think about it, if we cause a stir like that at the Dojang, my father might get really upset again. Okay, I'll bring the others here instead. Alright, we'll meet up here again later. Thanks for agreeing to help. Okay. I'm gonna have to beat up a bunch of just the pupils now.
Your body.
The Challenger. In order to inspire the pupils' fighting spirits, Mina asked me to pretend I was a challenger seeking to defeat the Dojang. I accepted and soon found myself faced with a group of warriors in training, hungry for battle. Only vertical attacks are effective. Okay, good to know. 33, bunch of 33s and 138, Sung Mina 5th. Oh wow, 5 enemies. Okay, maybe I do want some food then. Let's see. Let's go ahead and have some mead. I waited at the location we agreed on, and soon Sung and Mina arrived with a group of pupils in tow. So you're the fool that's picking a fight with our Dojang, huh? You don't know who you're messing with. Man going first. Woman going second. He doesn't look so tough. We don't need to bother Lady Mina with this one. Man going third. Yeah, that's right. We're more than enough to handle this fool. Man going fourth. Time to see what you're made of. I had no idea what Mina had told them, but whatever she'd said had certainly fired them up. Wait a minute, where's Yin Sung? I don't see him anywhere. Ha! Name drop. Yeah, about him. He's obsessed with Master Huang, so looks like he's not interested in defending the Dojang's honor. Even though you asked him to join us, he mentioned something about there being no point in joining if Master Huang wasn't going to be there, then went off somewhere. He probably snuck his way back into the Coast Guard again. Does anyone over there even care anymore? You're kidding me. If there's anyone I wanted here, it's him. Oh well. Mina turned to me and shouted. You there! You must think pretty highly of yourself if you think you can take us on. You're about to see that the song technique is nothing to take lightly. Alright, everyone, let's do this! Too easy indeed. Of course, they're only going to get harder, but... They teach Tonfa technique in Song Dojon, huh? Okay, this is bad. Oh yeah, only verticals are effective.
No mercy! Stop!
What the?
Take this!
Splat. Now a Swordsman. Han Myung was using Mitsurugi style as well, so this isn't a surprise. Oh, much better.
Try again!
Ooh, I'm actually getting a bit low now. I'm gonna have to play defensive and let my health come back, I think. This one's got a Sung Mina style. Oh jeez. Okay. That was a bit close. Lady Mina lost? How is he this strong? Lady Mina? Ugh. No, I can't believe I lost. Not again. Again? Mina appeared to have forgotten this was all an act. Listen up, everyone. This isn't good enough. We have to return to the Dojang and train even harder. Lady Mina is right. Let's go. It looked as though everything had gone according to Mina's plan. Somehow. Filled with a new sense of purpose, she and her pupils made their way back to the Dojang, having seemingly forgotten all about my challenge. After they left, Mina quickly turned around and waved at me with a wide grin on her face. I waved goodbye to her, then promptly set off myself. I hope to see her again someday, once things had calmed down. That's all for the Song Dojo for now. Bounty for Scoundrels level 50. I wonder if it would be worth doing level 50 fight for an enhanced weapon or something. If I lose, I'm only out 720 gold. Let's see, level 50. The damage isn't too big on this weapon. Throws do more damage for both you and your opponent. I accept your request to eliminate Blackguard, who's troubling the area. Oh, I should have done some food. Oh well. Having a high-quality weapon is very important. Oh, an Ivy Blade. That's not fun. Ouch. Oops. That was an attempt to be a throw, but I forgot that ouch. Oh, jeez. Darn Ivy Blades. Okay. This is tough, but...
No chance.
Oh dear.
Brace yourself. Rest now. My specialty.
That was not what I wanted. Whew. That was close, but nice. The problem I found with this game is that you don't get more experience for defeating higher level opponents. So if you need to grind up experience, see 130, it's just as good to do other stuff. A level 57 weapon and Rouge Liquid Gold, wow. But nothing. I was hoping for another weapon. Now if you're playing casually, you could try different styles and stuff, whatever good weapons you have normally. But I'm kind of role-playing, playing this. Kain's using his style and pretty much nothing else. Can't add any more bonuses. What would Rouge Liquid Gold do? Soul Gauge increase plus 50%. I need to raise the level before I can do that. Okay, so obviously I can't do anything right now, but obviously later on. Okay, looks like I've about done everything interesting. We'll check this out really quick. Is this anything good? Just a basic level 16 bound for scoundrels? Nah. Okay. Back to the last fissure here. Stolen Power. By the time I reached the place Dion and I had agreed to meet, it had been turned into a battlefield, as one of the qualifiers had been one step ahead of us. Your opponents have increased defense and guard well. Defeat them all. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, luckily my weapon does increased guard gauge damage, and they're only level 28, so this shouldn't be too bad. At the rendezvous point, a clamorous battle was taking place between the qualifiers and the Aval organization. My eyes fell upon an injured Dion. At last, you made it. It was Aswell. We tried to slow him down, but he broke through our lines. You go on ahead, Kain. We will deal with the threat here. I left Dion and Natalie and headed for the Astral Fissure, but was soon found my path blocked by qualifier warriors. Oh boy, that's a level 28 did that much damage to me. This is pretty crazy. Another Ivy weapon. No thank you. Don't guard well enough. Oh boy, now a Siegfried weapon. That's what I was afraid of.
Too easy.
Okay. First one was the toughest by far. I had wasted too much time. Frustrated, I hurried out of the forest, only to find Aswell and no astral fissure in sight. You did make it easy for me, but still you have failed spectacularly. I have claimed the astral fissure for myself. Where is my darling Grow? I simply love to watch him squirm and suffer on that razor-thin line between reason and malice. Allow me to share something wonderful with you. I'm nearly there, you know, just a little more. One measly astral fissure, and I shall be able to summon the swords and achieve ultimate power. Well, how does it feel to be on the brink of defeat? It must feel so delightfully desperate, no? I wish I could stay and observe, but alas, I am too busy. Merci et au revoir. Aswell sauntered away. I wanted to pursue him, but there were too many qualifiers. With little other choice than to leave, I turned and headed to meet Dion and Natalie. I guess that's technically true since I'm so injured. The only thing that gives you a lot of experience is by closing astral fissures. Oh boy, one appeared there. A bunch of other ones as well. The calm before the storm. We received new information from Abal. An astral fissure had appeared in Greece, and Aswell was heading its way. On our way to Greece, we met back up with Grow. He had completed his mission. Sir, you're okay. I have read your reports. You have done well. Thank you. So Aswell has grown in strength yet again. He himself said that if he acquires the power of one more astral fissure, he will achieve his goal. We must defeat him in Greece. Let us make haste. Sir. Dion and Natalie left their seats. As I followed them out of the room, I overheard Grow muttering to himself. You would not approve, Curtis. When I turned to face Grow, he was looking at his left hand, his expression resolute. In the shadow of the temple where the astral fissure was said to have appeared, we rested one last time before our decisive battle with Aswell. Unable to sleep, I was sitting in front of the campfire when Natalie approached. Struggling to sleep, I see. That is fortunate, as I have something to say to you. I have watched you throughout our journey together. I have often questioned whether I can trust you. You are an odd sort. Though strong, you neither boast nor use your power recklessly. What is going through your mind is anybody's guess, but I do not believe you to be wicked. I will trust you, for now. But do not take this to mean my guard is down. Cross us and you die. I think that what Natalie's trying to say is, we're counting on your help tomorrow. Dion stood on the other side of the campfire. I hadn't noticed him approach. Natalie glared at him in silence. Do not give me that look, Natalie. And Kain, I want you to know that I am with her on this. Let us work together to stop Aswell. I have a message from Sir Grow, too. He says he wishes to speak with you. When I arrived at the meeting place, Grow was waiting for me. Hello. Tomorrow we face Aswell for the last time. I wanted to say something to you before we venture into battle. In order to defeat him, I shall need to push this wretched power inside me beyond its limits. Grow had covered his left eye, revealing a gruesome scar. Even so, there is no guarantee I can emerge victorious. His power has grown immensely. Furthermore, I know that my mind will not survive if I harness my complete power. I never expected an easy death, but recently, I have often thought of home. For a brief moment, Grow's expression softened, and he got a distant look in his eye. His face revealed a warmth and kindness I'd never seen in the hardened warrior. A moment later it was gone, replaced by his usual severe expression. We must risk everything if we are to defeat Aswell. Even if I am victorious, I will likely lose control of myself. Should that happen, kill me. You have the power to do so. Grow appeared resolute. With a small nod, I vowed to do as he asked. To think I would be asking this of another for a second time. Question mark? Never mind, the hour grows late. Let us rest. Wow, is this seriously it? That's really sounding like a final battle thing here. Well, of course, this is Bandai Namco. There's probably a whole second half to the game. Let's see, there are a couple of things I can do. Now that I can go this way... Oh, crossing the Alps is no good. That does not cross the Alps, though, so maybe by coming through this way. Pyrenees are a huge amount of money, though. The Accursed. Can I bounce there and then go back? Okay, time to go on a field trip before the apparent final battle. Heeding the request by the nobleman near Samarkand, I found myself traveling to the north of the Italian peninsula in search of white truffles. I came across a lord who promised to reward me with the rare food if I dispelled the criminals who had overtaken the mountains. 2 enemies with increased defense. Shouldn't be too bad, even if it's Nightmare and Cervantes. Nope, that's Siegfried. Thought it was a Nightmare weapon. Easy peasy. I can't wish more characters had other things to use their gauge on. It's one of the cool things about playing the Geralt style is not only do we have the sword magic, but some of the magic is you can use some of the abilities with the soul gauge to increase their power. The Lord gave me some fragrant white truffles. I need to hurry and deliver them to Samarkand.
Your soul surges in your body.
Also, I've almost maxed out this style, which I thought was the weapon level, but weapon levels are different, so it must be that there is a... from what other people are talking about on like the Discord and stuff, a level 44 bandit, that could be dangerous, so let's do something nice. But apparently, soul gauge plus 8%. Okay, let's go for it. You get a quest to master it. Once you've reached maximum level on a style, you have a quest to master it. You're done. Ah, darn, an evil streak. Tiziana level 55. Wow. So I have a level 55 mercenary to help me out, huh? Swordsman. I traveled to the Black Forest in search of Swordsman's hideout. Eventually I came across an old castle lit by torchlight. What kind of group would hole themselves up in a place like this, and why? Wall hits do much more, and enemies move quicker. Okay. They don't seem that tough, so we should be fine. I could see lights shining through the trees from deep within the forest. It appeared as though the information I received earlier about the location of the Swordsman base could be trusted after all. Several young people are gathered in front of what looked to be the headquarters. As I approached the building, paying no mind to the frosty stares of the sentries, I happened upon a tall young man seated on a wine barrel by the entrance. Who the hell are you? I told the man about my encounter with Salia, and that she had instructed me to come here. Oh, so you're the one that stopped those 2 clowns. Glad you came. The name's Lando. We're looking forward to you joining us. It seemed the man misunderstood the reason for my coming. When I tried to ask him what he meant by joining, he quickly stood up. All right, chumps, let's give him the usual treatment. The usual treatment. Yeah, that's That's the usual for this game. Ah, nice to meet you. Let's fight. How was I out of reach of him? Oh, call. That wall hit did a lot of damage. I phantom grabbed him twice. Maybe it's because I'm short with my short reach. That seems the biggest problem to The reach seems the biggest problem with grabs and kicks. Being shorter means shorter reach, but it means you do more damage. Once we start speedrunning, we've all agreed that in the Discord that damage is better. Phew, you're pretty good. You're almost as good as I am. It's only Siegfried's ever bested me. We could really use someone like you. It appeared that this was some sort of crude initiation. I was about to explain to him that he was mistaken about my reasons for coming here when I heard a voice call out from afar. Lando, what are you doing? This person is not a new recruit. Huh? But you said the other day that you found a good one. This is him, right? I mean, he's really strong. All I said was that it would be nice if he joined us. I never said he was actually going to. Oh, so that's what you meant. I'm sorry for putting you through that, then. I'm so sorry that another member of our group has caused you trouble. I told her I didn't mind, and I once again asked her about Schwarzwind. Schwarzwind is a group of like-minded individuals gathered under the banner of our commander Siegfried. Truthfully, at first we were little more than a band of thieves and misfits that meddled in the affairs of the corrupt aristocrats and merchants who had a stranglehold on the population. One night, under cover of darkness, Schwarzwind attacked a group of knights returning from a long campaign. Siegfried led the charge, overwhelmed their commander, and slew him. As if the heavens were celebrating his victory, the moonlight shone on the face of the man Siegfried had triumphantly killed. That commander was none other than Siegfried's long-lost father. The realization that he had murdered his own father destroyed Siegfried. After that, he disappeared, and we still don't know where he is. I can still hear the grief-stricken screams he let out that night. But I believe that he will return someday, and it's important for us to be there for him when he does, because without us he would have no one to return to. And that's why we're working as mercenaries for the people here, while of course still operating as Schwarzwind. Sully is filling in as our leader while Siegfried is away. But leading this kind of life can be pretty boring at times, so some members go off and do their own thing. That's why we thought it would be nice if you joined us, as a way to raise group morale. I told them that while I was honored, I would have to turn them down. I was on a quest of my own. Just to let you know, the reason we told you about our base here is because we know you're strong and we feel we can trust you. We thought we would show you this place and invite you to join us after telling you more about her. Uh-oh. Oh man. My game just froze. Looked like my game just froze. Looks like my computer just froze. Either that or my controller is dead. No, not the controller. Okay. I wonder where I was. Am I going to have to refight that battle now? It's nice that that's the first time that it's kicked out on stream, at least. Computers do give a lot better results generally than console games do, but on the other hand, they're a little bit less reliable since they can't optimize them for a single system. Or mostly identical systems. There's so many different options and such that you can have. Okay, so we'll have to take a minute to get this back loaded again.
Soulcalibur.
Okay.
6.
So it was somehow my controller's lost function. Well, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream for a bit then while I figure this out. And then come back.